Hello, welcome to another episode of Harry Potter Fan Theories. And today in this video, we are going to be discussing the truth about Severus Snape. Now, in this video, there's going to be theories that I've read about, and there's going to be theories I've come up with myself. And we're gonna start with not more of a theory, but let's start this video off fun. And I will discuss with you one theory that I have made, or let's call it an alternate universe that I got made. And this alternate universe wraps around the questioning of whether or not Snape would have changed if he never met Lily at Spinner's End, or if just basically, what if Lily and Snape never met the day they met? And that would change a lot of the story right away. Because as we know, Snape changes sides because Lily's fate is being threatened. And he tells Dumbledore that he will do anything to protect Lily Potter, even if it means risking his own life. So why shouldn't Snape, not meeting Lily Potter, have a reason to switch sides? In the answers, he doesn't have a reason. Lily Potter is his love, and the reasoning. I mean, he isn't being treated right by anybody else. James Potter, Sirius Black, Peter Pettigrew, and Remus Lupin all treat him like he's trash. And so that just means that there's no reason for him to change. No reason whatsoever for him to change sides. And I feel like what would happen right away is as soon as he got to Hogwarts, he would join together with the Death Eaters right away. And, just right away. Oh, my name's Severus Snape. What's your, you're your father's a Death Eater, isn't he? Okay, well, that's cool. I was just making sure. I'm gonna join you now. That because he'd be in Slytherin still. So he'd be going to Slytherin. And Sirius, Remus, Peter, and James would treat him like trash still. The only reason that they stop is because Lily tells them to stop, and I feel like what would happen is Lily would still tell them to stop, but the difference is Snape wouldn't like it because he doesn't want a mudblood standing up for him. He wants the purebloods to stand up for him. So what I feel like would happen is, because this isn't the first witch or wizard that he's meeting of his own age. No. This is just a random girl who is standing up for him, and he doesn't know why she's doing it, and he doesn't like the fact that she's doing it. So he basically tells her to leave him alone, go away, never stand up for him again, and she listens. And so basically he'll have the entire time at Hogwarts being bullied by James Potter, and no Lily to stand up for him. And another thing that would never happen too is Snape would not actually sit in the same compartment as James and all of them, because he isn't with Lily. No, he's by himself because he's never met the girl before. and he has a train full of witches and wizards who he could sit with. So why should he spend his time sitting with a mudblood? And so, as you see, he gets to Hogwarts, goes up to the sorting hat, puts it on, and not even that long after he puts it on, the hat shouts out Slytherin. The way I imagine Snape's sorting going is the same way as Malfoy. Like, I don't really see him strutting up to the hat like like Malfoy does, but I see him putting it on, and I see like a few seconds, and then the hat shouting out Slytherin, you know. But I imagine that happening, and then I just see him going to sit down at the southern table, being welcomed by everybody else. I mean, he's a half blood, so that may be a little points docked from him. But I still see him being accepted pretty easily into the club. But I see the starting year, because we never get Snape's starting years at Hogwarts. So we don't fully know what it was like for him for those first like 4 years, because we get into it in year 5, and then we pretty much go from there. And in the actual book series, we don't get that much about Snape's childhood. We get the time he spent with Lily, and then we get the time that he spent with James, like that time with James in 5th year, where he ends up threatening to show everybody Snape's bloomers. And so it's just like we get those times, but then we don't really get anything else, which is interesting in itself. But anyways, let's move on. I don't really know a lot to talk about because this is also a chance to start a series that I've been wanting to start, which is what if Severus Snape never met Lily Potter? But in order to do this, we have to start from Snape's perspective of the start of all of this. And in order to do that, we have to go back in the series. But like I said, only time we ever get Snape's childhood is going back to his the memory he gives to Harry at the end at his death scene in the Deathly Hollows. That's the only time that we get to go back in his memories, but it isn't his years at Hogwarts. It's one, the time he spent with Lily, and then two, the time he spent with Lily again, because there's 2 times. And then 3, the Hogwarts Express ride, and then it shows again the scene from the 5th book of Snape's 5th year. After his Defense Against the Dark Arts OWL. Well, I think it's that one. I could be wrong. And then it goes straight to him begging Dumbledore to save Lily Potter, and then to save all Potters. But yeah. And now before we end this video, I have found a theory that I actually find quite interesting. The theory, and the theory is that what if Severus Snape had actually Severus Snape, like, the theory basically states Severus Snape survives survives. It's in the post says, I think Snape would have obviously taken some kind of prophylactic antidote beforehand. So Voldemort's snake didn't actually kill Snape, it just simply paralyzed him and made him look like he was dead. That's why the Elder wanted to belong to Voldemort, because he hadn't really killed Snape. Snape's body is not mentioned at all, and his ghost doesn't appear with Lupus and Harry's parents, even though it should have. So Snape obviously survived. Now I know it was pretty convincing that he had died, because you're probably thinking, didn't Harry stay with Snape while he was dying? And I was asking myself that one too when I heard this theory. Yes, Harry had stayed with Snape while he was dying, but yeah, like the post said, it never mentions Snape's body being found. And so there's not really anything to suggest that he had actually died that day. But that is just one theory. There's millions, as we know, there's a theory going around that Snape is actually a bat. And I'm going to shout out Super Carlin Brothers for this theory, because they get into it and they give a great explanation about how that could be. Stating everything from the clothes he wears to his classroom and questioning how he actually survived when he jumped out the window. But anyways, that is just a theory, and that is just a alternate universe kind of thing that I had in my head. I'm gonna continue this series. I'm gonna get into a little bit more detail about the alternate universe theory that I have, and I will come back at you next week to give you more. Goodbye. And subscribe down below. You see that red button? If you click it, it will turn it white. That's what your magic wand of a hand will do. And then like or dislike the video if you dislike it. I will not judge you either way. And leave in the comments below whether or not I should continue this short series I have planned. Okay. See ya!